So I think it's important because it's gonna make us, or it is making our treatment more reproducible. I mean, it's always a learning curve as incorporating new technology is often the case, but it allows us to see, prepare, plan, and ready to intervene with much more information than the one that we had before. So I think that in the long term, it's going to make us safer in treating patients. So I think that the patients will also benefit from a safer approach and reduced treatment time. But I think also it's very important the way the patients are going to be educated for this technology. They can be involved in their treatment plan, be participating, but they will definitely benefit from a safer approach and a more conservative approach to implant dentistry. I would say yes, especially for the single practitioner. Obviously, you see on a large organization where you have many clinicians working, the intra-office connectivity makes the whole dynamics much more efficient. But they could also be the same for the single practitioner, where you can quickly connect with your lab remotely wherever they are, or send your files. Obviously, the upfront cost of the technology for the single practitioner may be a little bit steeper than for a large organization, but I think the benefits are largely justified. So digital transformation in dentistry, this is a very personal opinion, but it's really bringing outside the mouth what the dentist sees. You know, like the work of a clinician was very focused on intraorally, and our eyes were the only ones who could see what was happening there. Now everything is happening on a screen. You can share it. You can have your peers, your assistants looking at that, and that in itself is a transformation, including the patients. Patients, when they see the treatment they're getting, they're much more involved. So this is just the beginning, but I think the transformation on the digital revolution, and needless to say that the ability to fabricate a restoration, a provisional, or a crown in office quickly, it's also very appealing. Up, that's where I see it going. It's a technology that when you start using it, you don't want to go back to what you used before. I think there's a little bit of resistance out there, and I think that a hybrid approach to that is the way to go, and particularly with different functions that an educational institution needs to fulfill. We should not forget that in an educational institution we also form people to do public health, oral health. In those areas, you know, conventional technologies are still being used. So we are using a hybrid approach. But the more we move on into this technology, we're going to have now faculties that they're trained on this technology. One of the limitations is now in most university faculties aren't trained on digital technology, and they need to get up to speed as well. I think that digital dentistry will never become obsolete. We will be doing different things with it. There will be always a need for a digital platform to communicate. I think that the tooth bioengineering is a very interesting concept. In my opinion, before we will see that, we will see a tooth self-curing. That's something that is, in my view, easier to achieve than regrow the whole tooth, but that will be always need for digital technology. Let's not forget, digital technology is just a medium to delivering an implant treatment. I think it's very well represented. I think it's impressive to see the integration of the industry, because this is something that is really important. Industry will need to adapt to this digital transformation, right? Opening industry's doors to other platforms will be the key for success into implant dentistry, into digital dentistry. But in the same way that you have, I was making this comparison, that you have all these social media outlets, that they're all different companies, but somehow they all talk to each other, right? You can send your pictures from one to the other. This is what digital dentistry will do to all the players in the market.